So, are the nuclear facilities of Iran have been destroyed completely, partially, or what's going on there? An update from Israel after the war is over. It's a bit after midnight. It's June 27th, and I do want to begin with a few things that happening here in Israel the last 2 days. Yesterday, early in the morning, we were announced that on Tuesday afternoon we lost 7 soldiers in Gaza to a bomb that was put into their armed vehicle and burned it completely. 7 dear soldiers that young that were buried today. So today was a very sad day in Israel. This war in Gaza is still going on, although we don't hear too much about it, and I'm going to go back to it at the end of our update and try to explain what's going on there. But it's still going on, and it's super important to the region and to the existence of Israel, because I just brought this shirt, the Never Again shirt of October 7th. This cannot happen again. And I'll go back to it, but I do want to begin with a little bit of summing up the war with Iran. Everyone talking about it, so I'll give you some numbers. 525 missiles were launched to Israel, were shot into Israel. Between 50 to 60 went through the Israel defense, air defense, and hit the ground. As far as I've checked, there's over 30,000 houses, units, condos that were hit and applied for help with the recovery, with the national insurance. There were almost 1,000 UAVs and 983 UAVs that were launched to Israel. Only one of them hit Beit Shean. Unfortunately, we've had 28 people that were killed here in Israel. And as we hear, the leaders of Iran, who won, it doesn't really matter who won, who not, and if the nuclear weapon or ability was destroyed or not. I think time will tell. Obviously, it's not an argument that I do really want to get into it. You have it enough in the US with CNN and Trump and everyone. But what matters is the fact that they will not be able to create a bomb. And creating a bomb, obviously, they need not one plant, few facilities, and weaponeering of the bomb is something that they were on their way, and they didn't have this ability yet. And hopefully we took them some years back. But what matters is that they will not try to do it again, so we won't have to go through it again. And I've been talking a lot about the ballistic missile program. This is also super important, but also the Ring of Fire. If we're going to have agreements with Iran, let's say they won't have nuclear weapon, but they will have a lot of money that comes into Iran because there won't be any sanctions. They will become the great empire they are, and they will keep on investing the money for destroying Israel. What did we do? This money will go into proxies. If it's Hezbollah that is very weak now, or much weaker than it used to be, if it's the Houthis in Yemen, and if it's different other militias in Iraq and Syria, and also, again, the ballistic missiles they're building. These questions has to be asked by Israel, and today we got an answer from the defense minister that said that Israel will bomb if needed, if we will see that they are trying to recover. I think that every war, and we know it, ends with diplomacy, and what happened here was a very strong pressure from President Trump. Not too many Israelis liked what he did when he took the airplanes back, so when we retaliate and we were on our way to destroy a little bit more of their capabilities for launching rockets to us, and also some of the weakening more the regime. But this diplomacy has to work to win. And the diplomacy is either they will be offered different things, not developing, and there will be a good inspection on the ground. The diplomacy can bring something even greater. The diplomacy can create not only Israel on our side, but can bring Saudi and all the Arab countries around as one alignment, one organization, like a NATO or something that will act against Iran, and then Iran will not have a chance, and they will maybe want to join this, what we call the Abraham Accord. And this is what's really happening lately, and I think these are the biggest news. They're talking about Netanyahu coming to the US next week, and Trump is talking about, and everyone talking about, some other countries joining the Abraham Accords. This is huge if Syria and Lebanon will sign peace with Israel. And it can bring a lot of peace to the region. And let's pray for it. It will be good for everyone, good for us, good for our neighbors. Hopefully one day we'll be able to go and do some tours in Lebanon and Syria. Who knows? We're doing it in Jordan and Egypt, but Lebanon and Syria is something that I could only dream of. And it's going to be big. Today we also woke up early in the morning with a tweet from Trump about the Netanyahu trial that is going on. I don't mind getting into it if people wants to ask me privately into the situation with Netanyahu, but the feeling here in Israel from both sides, I've heard it, Netanyahu's side as well, that it's an Israeli interior issue and others should not get involved. But it seems like there's a greater plan over here. Maybe take him out of this big problem that he's stuck in, Netanyahu, together with a peace agreement, with the achievements in Iran, and bringing back the hostages in Gaza, that we still have 50 of them kept by Hamas. Maybe this is the big plan. I don't know, but I believe we will know soon. In the next 2 weeks, we will hear big news from Israel. And again, Netanyahu's trial is something that maybe that's what he personally trying to achieve to himself from all these brave leadership moves that he does. If anyone is interested in a little bit more of Israeli politics, I can get and dive into it. We can have a Zoom or an open live about it. It's super interesting what's going on in Israel for the past 6-7 years with the politics, and I believe more things will happen. Gaza is obviously a very sad story. We still, as I said, have 50 hostages are kept by Hamas over there. Since the last agreement that was stopped, and Israel tried a different strategy to work over there. At the beginning there was a strong blockade, because Hamas, what they do when they get, and today we got more footages, how the UN says they bring the supplies to the people, but the trucks of the UN are covered by armed soldiers of Hamas. They take over and they take it, they sell it, they make money, and this money is used for, guess what? Terrorism. And Israel was trying to do something very easy. We're not going to give you water, supply, food, and everything, and you're going to give us the hostages. You're going to give up your weapon, Hamas, and you're going to leave because you are threatening us. The problem is that there's a game over here. I mean, sorry for using this word. One side is acting with rules of the game, and the other side is using these rules and acting exactly against these rules to be able to gain some power. Obviously, the rules are the international law that Israel is trying to follow, and there's a lot of pressure on Israel from that side, and this is what brings terrorism up. Throughout all the years, I remember when we were acting as Western values and not trying to not hurt anyone else except the terrorists, they were more and more using the facts or seeing it as a weakness for us and using it against us. If it's hiding in the hospitals and we will keep families with them so no one can bomb them. Even sending people to the supplies. I didn't speak about it, but Israel was trying to create these supply stations with American companies. It didn't work well yet. Hopefully, maybe it will get better. But the problem is that even Hamas take off their weapons, they become civilians again, and they go to these centers of food supplies that was given to all the Palestinians. And what happens is they get the food again to themselves, selling it, make money, and keep the power in their hands. The idea was to tighten their hands and not to give Hamas the ability to control the people by feeding them and by keeping all the supplies from them. And this is something that I'm very, very angry on, and I've seen so many videos, and even this guy Piers Morgan on TV, just people that don't understand what they're doing by the fact that yes, there's horrible things to present, but if you're stuck into one thing and you're not asking the why question, you know, he's stuck with the you killed 30,000 kids in Gaza. First of all, show me the numbers, and what numbers are you trusting? Who killed them? We know today that Hamas killed so many of their civilians, so many people in there. If it's with their rockets that they launched and they hit the ground in Gaza, if it's their Kalashnikovs that they shoot them when different things happen, if it's basically hiding behind the kids, or even putting their headquarters under hospitals or inside hospitals. We know Hamas people are hiding in the hospitals until today. It sounds like a cliche, but this is what basically saving them, by the fact that they're hiding in different kind of hospitals are still in situ. You've heard these hospitals, you know, the European hospital that the last leader of Hamas, Sinwar brother, Mohammed Sinwar, he was hiding in a headquarters, a tunnel underneath the hospital. Israel bombed in a very, very specific bomb that penetrated under the hospital into a bunker, did not hurt the hospital. Later on, went to bring the body and dug, not bombed the hospital, dug out the tunnel, and later on did not bomb the tunnel, not exploded it, but stuck it with concrete so the hospital will not get damaged. How do I know that we're not intentionally killing civilians? I know it because I was part of the army. I was educated not to do that. I know I have family in the army, and no one is getting orders to kill civilians. But unfortunately, they're getting hurt. And again, all these cliches that Israel is fighting with the lowest ratios of non-involved people, death of non-involved people. And this is something that is really, really, really sad, how people that are brainwashed or just watching pictures and false media and AI and Hamas propaganda. And this is what brought Hamas to do the October 7th. They knew that the Western world is so weak and will buy all this nonsense, all these lies, that they will get money, they will get support, Israel will get criticized. We see all the youngster generation believe to these lies, and this is what really, really pisses me off. This is what makes me want to go on a plane, start talk more and more on people, and give you guys here more and more tools how to tell the story of Israel with facts, and basically ask the right questions. These young people that don't really have anyone sharing with them the truth, because no one is doing it right, and unfortunately Israel lost in this front of explaining our side. What's really happening in Gaza is that the army, since the beginning of the Operation Gideon's Chariots, basically moving slowly into Gaza and slowly destroying Hamas buildings that they were, almost every second building they were using for hiding weapon or hiding inside or tunnels underneath. Every building that is aiming on the soldiers and aiming on Israeli communities inside. If you've been to Israel, and I really recommend to go to the border, you can come with me and we can see how close the communities, and with rockets they can hit Israeli communities, or to get organized in these houses, hiding there, and then attack like they did on October 7th. So many of these houses are being exploded and destroyed, and unfortunately the people of Gaza will not have, some of the towns are not really existing anymore, and this is what Trump was talking about, that they have nowhere to go back, and at the end of the day many Gazans will want to leave. That's what I'm sure about. That's very dangerous what's happening with the criticism toward Israel for the future. What will happen after Trump will go, what will happen years from now. with my kids. So we have to have change of education. We have to have maybe change of language coming out of the Middle East. And hopefully it will happen. Even with the conflict with Iran, it's amazing to see. It was amazing to see how people really thought that Israel is the one, the aggressive one. Yes, Israel attacked first this time, but Iran kept on. First of all, they attacked first on April 24. This was the first attack and then they attacked again on October. And they always attacked civilians, while Israel attacked military bases and facilities back. But they've been active to destroy us all the time. And I will finish our update with one very easy thing. If they will stop wanting to destroy us, there will be peace tomorrow. As Golda Meir said, the moment they will stop educating their kids to hate us the moment they will love their kids more than they hate us, peace will come. And that's so true, and we feel it strongly here in Israel. There's no hatred that is trying to destroy someone and this is why I'm saying there's no way there's a genocide, and there won't be a genocide. Israel cannot do a genocide. It's not just a lie. It's humiliating when someone is saying it on us while we're losing our life to protect our enemy's life so many times. We'll end by that, and I hope everyone are safe, and we will continue our updates. I realize that you like more of the movement outside, and I'll show you more of Israel. I hope now tourism will come back and I'll have some work, but it seems like it's going to take some time, so I'm planning on going to the States probably mid-July, beginning of August. Some speaking engagements, so if you have a group, your church, your synagogue, someone who wants to organize a meeting, I'm willing to come and share. Talk to me. Let's stay in touch. And I know some tours are being planned for November. That's led by my friend Sammy Lopez, and we're gonna put it here because I love him, and we're gonna bring some more people. I believe the moment the peace will break and the war will over, there'll be a lot of tourism coming. We can't wait for it, so let's pray for it, and have a good day. See you again.